a trusted and very well-known friend of yours, Wowux. Wowux had got some work for you guys, paying 100 gold pieces each to just destroy this orb down the river Kyanthar. You'd been attacked by zombies at the Old Song Tavern, which you soon learned was actually a test for you all to see if you're going to be competent for this mission. A test given to you by a retired adventurer, archmage, and patriarch, Sindra Sylvain. She gave you this quest to go and destroy this artifact known as the Orb of the Undead, and you guys traveled down the river Kyanthar to these ruins, and you all had your own motivations for heading here, whether it just be for pay, whether it be personal. You'd come to see a horde of undead that was slowly converging to the west, spilling out from these ruins, seemingly created by this orb of undead. You'd headed down into this crumbled keep that leads into a dungeon, half natural cavern. And as you'd made your way through this dungeon, you discovered some of Orion's fellow tribal barbarian nomads had started revering an evil god of undead. They were trying to convince Orion to join them. All he had to do was just eat some people. They didn't ask much, but apparently Orion's a bit fussy, so he didn't eat anyone. And you'd made your way through, killing all of these cultists because they're thoroughly evil. And you'd sort of learned, if you want an audience with this artifact that the barbarians seem to be worshipping, then you'll need to give a couple of offerings to a couple of altars, one fire altar and one water altar. And we ended the session with you all upstairs in a small quarters that the barbarians were staying in. There are 8 cots, 8 footlockers, 4 bookshelves, and a couple of moth-eaten rugs laying on the ground. Now, Turig, what we'll do to introduce your character, I've got an idea. First, let's just do another character introduction for everyone, and then when we get to you, Turig, we'll do you last. We will work you into what's happening now.
Sounds good.
Alright, we'll start off with Orion.
Orion is Uthgard Barbarian. He is a little under 6 feet on the shorter side. He's covered in furs. He's very hairy. He's a little lupine in his face. He's a shifter. Yeah.
Okay. And we have Talum.
Talum is an ASMR paladin. Looks young, pretty strong looking, wears heavy armor, has a shield and a warhammer. Yeah. He's also pretty tall. Well, mostly all our ASMR are pretty tall, but he's a little bit more taller than average, like 6 feet 9. Yeah, brown hair, pale eyes. That's it.
Alrighty, and Petra.
Right, Petra is a human sorceress. Stands at 5'7", pale ivory skin, crystal blue eyes, platinum blonde hair. Pretty much, like I mentioned, she's a sorceress, so she's pretty much been born with magic all her life.
Alrighty,
That's it.
Alrighty, you have Kalendor, sorry. He looks like your dwarf, roguish type. and at the moment he's going to be rifling through all these cultists' beds. He's got a thing for looking through beds, so that's what he's doing. And Turig, would you like to describe your character?
Turig is a goblin. He's got yellow eyes, brown skin, black hair, where there is hair. He's small. He's 3'7", or not 3'4", and very slight. He weighs just over 50 pounds, and looks dirty and grungy, like he's been on his own in the wild.
All right. So for your character's backstory, I just sort of saw that you didn't really have much more. Just kind of a bit crazy. Likes to just sort of wander around. Do you have any ideas yourself for how Turig may have got to the mainland, to Baldur's Gate? If you don't have anything, that's fine. I've got an idea for your character anyway.
No, I figured that we were gonna be in Chult fairly quickly, so that's why I wrote my backstory the way I did. No, I don't have any idea about how he'd be in the mainland.
Okay, I'll say that you'd headed to the trade city in Chult, Port Nyanzaru, to just sell some little Batiri trinkets that you'd crafted. Maybe some little shrunken heads, or some little, like not actual shrunken heads, but little wooden carvings of shrunken heads, little totems of some sort. Actually very, very popular in the Grand Souk, which is the main market district, or main market hall in Port Nyanzaru, or the Red Bazaar. It's quite common to find grung and Batiri trinkets there. So perhaps when you were there, goblins obviously they don't have a very good reputation with civilized folk. However, they're tolerated in Port Nyanzaru. You wouldn't just be attacked on sight, as long as you're not causing trouble. However, maybe you were causing trouble, and maybe you just decided to steal some food, or just eat someone's meat hunk or something like that, and you got chased by some guards, and you ran down to the let's just say you ran down to the harbor, and you had to hide, and your only option was to either try and dive into a nearby dinosaur race with a herd of stampeding dinosaurs, or jump aboard a ship. And so you took the option to jump aboard a ship, and aboard the ship there's like a full crew. It's a merchant vessel. They trade between Chult, or Port Nyanzaru, and Baldur's Gate is actually very common. So you just sort of jumped in this chest, and you hid in there, and you had like a heap of food on you, so you just sort of skulked around the ship for several weeks, just getting by, maybe even hiring on as a small deckhand or something. Even though you're a stowaway, you didn't get kicked off the ship or thrown overboard or anything. And anyway, when it came time to dock into Baldur's Gate, you had to jump back in your chest, and the chest was just being shipped to various locations. This particular chest, it actually was getting shipped down the River Kyanthar to El Terrell, and the ship got attacked by a group of barbarians who raided the ship, killed everyone aboard, and stole all the wares. And one of those wares happened to be the chest that you're in, and you're taken here into this room, and you've just been locked in the chest, so you haven't been able to get out. You're very, very hungry and very, very thirsty. And as everyone's searching this room, Calendar has unlocked your treasure chest, and you've literally just burst out of the chest.
Goblin!
Turek friend! Turek friend! Turek friend!
It's trying to say kill! Kill it!
Wowux looks at Turig. Ah! Kill it! Why would we do that? It's so cute! Can we keep it, Orion? Can we?
If you keep it, you're not going to take care of it. I'm going to have to take care of it if we keep it.
I didn't know chests give birth to goblins.
If you promise to clean up after it, Wowux, we can keep it.
Well, it doesn't seem very hostile, so I don't know why we should kill it. It sounds like a bad omen.
Fair.
A bad almond?
Almonds. Almonds. Turek wants almonds.
I like nuts.
I might have rations in my bag. I'll try to get out, I don't know, anything, just like roadside rations and kind of hold it out. Do you want
comes
do you
up
want some
to
of
you,
this?
Orion, and
Not you!
intercepts you. I said I like nuts!
Oh my god. Little guy, do you want some food?
Turek would like some food.
I have some food. Come here. Here you go.
Turek, thanks you.
Why were you in a chest?
Turek run, Turek hide in chest. Turek gets locked in chest, and chest goes round and round and round, and chest is here, and you guys open. Turek pops out. Turek eats neck.
Turg, you're actually super dehydrated and super hungry. I'm going to say you've got one level of exhaustion because you've been in that chest for several days now with no food or water.
All right, sounds good.
There'll be disadvantage on ability checks. It's not too bad. As you eat the rations, it's good. You need fresh water though. You are having trouble seeing. Everything is like sort of blurry. Your vision is dizzying.
There's a stream nearby. If you need water.
Yes, water. Make Turek happy.
Alright, well let's go to the stream, get you some fresh water.
I got some water here! And Wowwalker
That's
pulls
even
out
easier.
a water skin, just hands it to you. Drink, little one! Yes, drink! Yes, grow!
Turek takes the water skin and starts drinking very greedily at the water.
Alright, that's enough. We don't want you growing too quickly.
Aww.
I'm Wowwalks, by the way. I like to wow people. These are all my friends here.
Me, Turek.
Correction.
Orion.
I am Turig.
Me, Turek. You not Turek, me, Turek.
And this is how communism was made.
We're gonna have to teach you how to speak common properly, little goblin, but... Anyway, this is a pretty bad place that we're in right now. You don't want to go outside. There is, flying skeletal dragons outside.
Oh yeah.
I think that the correct term was a Draco Lich.
Dragolich. Correction. Why
Alright,
would it be Draco Lich?
We're getting
Dragon
off track.
Lich.
we're getting off track here.
Drago Lich.
Turg, how about you stick with us for a while? We are trying to get out of here, and kill some bad things. Can you kill things?
Turek holds out his hand and like produces flame, and like holds a ball of fire in his hand.
Are you a shaman?
Turek shaman in training.
My tribe had shamans. Nature magic.
While they are doing that, I put the torch that I light but from the brazier before, and put it by the red sigil.
There, alright, the red sigil's up here, and you actually don't get any sort of reaction when you do that, Talon. You put that torch up next to the wall, and nothing happens. However, you can see a seam. Looks like a 10-foot wide seam in the wall here, hinting at a secret door.
Well, we did notice. Well, we did got explanation that there was a secret door behind the blue and the red sigil.
You did. You want to push that open?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, you push against the wall, and the red sigil glows for a brief moment, and then this enormous door made of stone just opens away from you. It swings on some well-oiled hinges, and as you look into a room ahead of you, you can see another red sigil, exactly the same as the one that you'd noticed on the wall. This one is on the floor, and there is a triangular pit full of some sort of glowing hot ash, molten liquid, and it's actually stifling in this room. This big wave of heat washes over you as you open up the door.
Okay, I'll throw the torch inside that, whatever that, the pit of lava.
It literally looks like a pit of lava. You throw the torch in, and the torch causes a bit of a lick of flame to waft up. As you toss it in, it completely immolates. And you hear a bit of a glowy sound. And the red rune next to you, it glows bright red. It starts letting off a magical light.
Any magic users want to identify the sigil?
Can I try to identify it?
Yeah, you can make an Arcana check.
14.
You're not 100% sure the exact nature of this glyph. However, you can tell that the lines that form the glyph are consistent with abjuration magic, which is protection magic. And also, you feel that this rune also represents the element fire.
Okay, so I will explain that to all of them. Does it look like it was activated already?
It's glowing, yeah. It's definitely activated. It's glowing with a bright red light.
The activation starts only when I throw out the torch, right?
Yep, you threw the torch in, and that's what causes it to light up and glow.
So let's do the other one.
Let's check it.
Well, wait. I'll throw the pebble on it.
On the glyph?
Yep.
Alright. It just bounces on the ground. Doesn't react with the glyph in any way.
Well, the pebble not exploding is a good sign.
Then the other one was over here, right?
Yeah. You can see this very faint outline of a blue glyph. Push open the door and it opens in the exact same fashion. The glyph glows for a brief moment. Inside, there is this very similar looking alcove, except this one has a triangular recess with a pool of water and a blue unlit glyph on the ground.
I'll go over and dump the water skin that we filled with the water from the stream.
Same thing happens, except the pool of water seems to fill and it becomes level with the ground. However, not a drop spills out onto the flagstone tiles. At that exact moment, the glyph glows and lets off a bright blue aura. And Orion, you look over towards this door that you're trying to get through, and you see two glyphs have formed on the door. They seem to be a mixture of the blue rune and the red one, and it's glowing on that door, looking like a seal has been unlocked.
Before we head into that room, should we search these bookcases?
I'd like to heal up too. I'm at half health. Wowix, buddy. You have any of that magic feel better juice?
Oh, which one are you talking about? I got a
The
lot
magic-
of juices.
The magic kind. The magic kind.
I got a lot of magic juices.
Do you have... This is profoundly uncomfortable.
You kind of walked into that, my friend.
That's on me.
What are you talking about? I mean, I gotta cure wounds, I got a healing word. What do you think
That's
I'm talking
great.
about? You're sick, Orion.
Would you mind?
Uh,
I'm a little banged up.
you don't want to just rest for a bit?
I think we already did that today. I guess we could do that again.
Well, we don't have. Well, I at least don't have any more hit dice. Well, I mean, I don't have an extra
Oh, you're
juice
right.
in me.
Neither do I.
Alright, I'll give you this. And Wowok gives you a potion of healing.
Hey! Thanks.
You owe me. These ain't cheap.
Okay.
I'm gonna take this debt to my grave.
Sounds good. I pull out my sword. No, I'm kidding. I'll drink the potion.
Yes,
What?
yeah.
I want to start going through these bookcases to see if there's anything of interest.
Oh, you got it, 7 healing. Alright, Petra, taking a look at these bookcases, surprisingly, they are mostly holy texts. They seem to be religious texts, copies of some sort of Bible, and they detail history between El Terrell, Baldur's Gate, and they detail various religious entities that are found in those cities. Mainly Torm, Tyr, and Helm. Also Lathander and other good aligned deities. A couple of books of Ilmater.
Anything that looks like it might be able to be sold?
Yeah, there's quite a lot of books here. There's about 25 of them. You can probably sell them for about $1 silver each. Each book weighs about a pound.
Something that we will come back for then. I tell everybody what I found. It seems like there are a couple of books here that we might be able to sell.
You don't want to
I mean,
take them?
They'll be too heavy to carry for now. We can always come back for them when we're exiting.
Okay.
What
As long as we also take the ballista.
I'll carry him for you. But you owe me.
Okay.
Another life debt. He's just collecting debts.
Alright. Hey,
oh, calendar
Calendar.
joint.
What are you doing down there? You've had your hand down that cultist's pants for quite a while.
Turk peeks around the corner.
Ah, the strong and silent type. Are you there, Kalendor?
Yeah,
That sounds very
but as you can tell, I'm lagging out, which is why
How are you?
Well,
I'm not talking.
Alright,
Well,
let me
I'm trying to fix this.
let me change the server. See if it'll be a bit better for you. Is it
Oh, it's
Discord
not
or
that. It's
Roll20?
not that. It's not that.
Okay.
It's me. It's me.
Can you give us
Not me,
access
it's
to
you.
the? Can you give us access to the party loot so we can so I could type in the books? And
Sure.
since Calendar is here now, and I'm not sure if he checked the chest, did we find anything in these foot lockers of value?
You can you haven't really searched them yet, but you can search them now. Alright, as for the party loot, I think for this campaign we probably won't use a party loot system, just due to the nature of the campaign, because carrying capacity is going to be pretty important, because of how this campaign is. So you can still pull everything together if you want to, you know, split the treasure evenly, or do a party loot where you put the treasure together and buy one person something that will benefit the party. But yeah, it will need to be obviously carried as well, so items will need to be added to people's inventories.
No problem.
It doesn't really, it's not really, that's more for like later is what I'm saying, but for now, yeah. Alright, you take a look through all of these chests. They're actually all locked. You try to open a couple of them, locked.
I use my thieves' tools.
Good thing we have a rogue.
Sure.
Well, did the guards have keys on them? Maybe.
The barbarians, they did not have any keys on them, no. Then again, judging from Turik's story, it doesn't sound like the barbarians had actually, you know, lawfully acquired these chests. They've just stolen them and put them in this room.
Oh, okay.
You can make a check with your thieves' tools, Calendar.
What attribute?
It's dexterity. You failed to pick that lock.
I run up and smash the chest.
Okay. Make an athletics check, Orion. Sturdy wooden chest.
With advantage, because Turk does the same thing.
Okay, that was an acrobatics check.
Whoops.
What's your athletics bonus?
It's 4.
4, so 14. Alright, yeah, you try to, like, wedge your weapon in and try and break the chest open. And it doesn't open, Orion. You could, like, just try and split it open with your weapon. You would.
I would like to do that.
You would dull your blade, though, and you'll damage your weapon.
No, I would not like to do that.
Yeah, it's if you're hitting a solid wooden chest repeatedly with your sword, it's gonna damage it or whatever.
Don't use your weapon. Use the your friend's weapon over here, or your.
Good question.
Good
would
call.
Would the warhammer have advantage on those kind of things?
A warhammer,
Since it's
would be a lot more suitable for trying to smash open the chest.
all right. I will try to do that.
It doesn't have a blade, so it's not gonna get dulled. All right, which chest are you smashing open? That one.
The one we are currently failing on.
All right, you start hitting it with your hammer, and it just starts to split the wood over and over again. You can make an athletics check as well, Talum, just to see like how well you're going to break this chest open.
You deceive the chest into thinking it's open.
Are you
This
trying
is
to...
my phone, and you know, this is gonna happen a lot if I
trying
try
to
to
see if
make
the chest
rolls.
is a mimic? Alright, what's your bonus there? So 11, athletics is 4. Alright, yeah, you just hit it straight on the lock talon, and you just buckle the lock straight off of the chest without damaging the contents inside. Inside, there are several vials, little bottles, not vials, little small bottles about the size of a beer bottle. And they have this fancy label on it. It shows like a scene of a jungle, and the liquid inside is amber colored, and it's called Tej.
Turek runs up and grabs one of the vials and like opens it and gulps it down.
Wow.
All right, you drink it. It's kind of sweet, Turek. It's an ale, and
Turek knows what it tastes like. Turek's from there. Tastes like home.
all right. You've had Tej before then, once or twice. It's a popular drink in Cholt, and it's there are 9 bottles left now. You down 1 bottle, Turek, and it gives you a little bit of a buzz. It's not enough to get you drunk. And there are 9 bottles of Tej. You probably sell a bottle for, you probably sell all these bottles for about 5 silver or something. If you wanted to. You want to take them? May as well.
Yep.
They're not going to go to any use down here. All the barbarians are dead, and they obviously stole these from Cholton merchants.
Most of the barbarians are dead. Thank you.
Most of them are dead. Alright.
Well,
1 chest down. There are 6 left. 2 chests down if you count Tureg's chest. Tureg was the best prize of all, though. I don't know if you're going to be able to beat that.
I will attempt to open this chest.
Alright, go for it, Calendar. And you fail to pick the lock. They're just a little bit too tricky for you, Calendar.
But I'm getting better. And that's the important thing.
Can I grab a sword from one of the defeated cultists and use that to try to pry open the chest Kalendor failed at?
Yeah. Prying it open is not really going to damage your weapon, but hitting it repeatedly will. So you can make an athletics check to just try and put the blade into the seam of the chest and just lift it and try and just snap the lock.
well, I mean, it would bend the blade, no?
Yeah, you just snap the lock straight away, Orion. And you take a look inside, and there is this some sort of contraption. It just looks like a tarp with some some wooden, like a wooden frame or something. Looks like some sort of apparatus. Never seen anything like it before. But you could make a survival check, Orion. You're a bit of an outlander. You could try and figure out what this is used for. It looks like it's used for catching rain. A rain catcher. However, when you pull out the top, you realize there are several holes in it.
Damn.
And it would need to be repaired. It's a holy rain catcher.
Clever.
Can I... Well, I'm gonna try to bash this lock open.
Sure. Alright, when you look at this chest, Talon, you notice it's actually soaked. It's like waterlogged. The wood is swollen up, and it's even a bit it's warped the wood, and the lock, it just breaks straight off. You don't even need to make an ability check.
Oh,
Inside,
that's handy.
there is some coils, like circular coils. It looks like some sort of incense. They're completely waterlogged and swollen. And they look damaged beyond use, unfortunately.
I like take one out. Yeah.
It's
I just drop it back in.
yeah, it's kind of almost a bit mushy. It breaks apart in your hand like a dissolves. It's been dissolved. Okay.
I like yell over the room. Come on, Calendar. Don't make us break all of these chests.
You got this.
Fine, I'll try this one then.
Go for it.
You guys aren't very inspiring.
Move aside, I got this.
They're average locks, Calendar, but it's just not your day. And you're feeling like the pressure is on as well, because this is supposed to be a bit of a test for you. Yeah.
Ooh,
Not sure how you're going to do in a Thieves Guild. Alright, Ryan, you just jam open another lock. And inside this chest, there are a number of banana leaves wrapped up. And it's packed full of them. They look like some sort of ration. Inside there is rice. Cooked rice. And it doesn't smell very good, Orion. Food bad.
Yeah. Bad.
I go for next one now.
Yeah, you're struggling to even open up the lid, even a little gap, just to even get some sort of leverage there, Talon.
Well, I mean, at least I tried.
Look, 4th time's the charm.
That's what they say. Alright, Calendar, you finally pick this lock. And inside there is some very colorful clothing. They're very light clothing. There's like several sets of them. They're bright reds and yellows and greens. Very, very colorful. And the fabric feels kind of nice. And it looks like, it's not the sort of fashion that you'd see around this area. It looks like from some sort of exotic land. It's very light clothing, and there is even like some white cowls, and you do notice when you search through the clothes, in one of the pockets there is what looks like a token of some sort. It's a disc, and it's no bigger than a silver piece. It bears the likeness of a triceratops, and there is some writing on it of a language that you don't understand. And Turik, you can make a history check about this token.
Okay.
It's an iron token. It's made of iron as well. Iron token. You're not sure.
I don't know anything.
Any language I might understand?
It's Cholton.
Then no.
Let's call it an iron token. You're not sure if it's worth anything. It may be. It looks like some sort of... It could be like a coin or something, or some sort of, currency or something. Okay, there's 2 chests left. You managed to pick the next one, Calendar. You get all the tumblers. You hear a click. The lock opens. You pull open the wooden chest, and inside there are horns. It's ivory. They look like triceratops horns.
privately. Usually when I do this, nobody's watching. So, you know.
This is
Oh, don't
considered
worry, I saw it.
contraband. However, it could sell on the black market for a reasonable amount. I'm thinking maybe 50 gold pieces.
Wait, dinosaur horns are considered contraband? Really? I thought those things are dangerous.
I'll try to pop the last one. Whoops.
You don't get it, Orion.
Move out of the way, buddy. I got this.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, you do.
It looks like Orion had bent the lock a little bit, Kalendor, and you're failing to pick the lock.
If you didn't damage the lock, probably could have done it.
Like the other 4?
Yeah, look, you are watching me. I'm a nervous lockpicker, alright? I can't do it while other people are watching me.
Yeah,
Well,
I feel you there. I got that problem too.
Wow, Alex, you make everything weird.
Huh?
Nothing. Let's keep going.
Why are you
There's
gonna
probably
open?
just there's probably
Are you
just
gonna-
resin here anyway.
Alright, is anyone gonna attempt to open it, or are you gonna leave it?
I'll try, I guess. I have a dagger.
Alright, make an athletic
Try to
check.
pop it. Nope.
Not quite. Almost.
I'll try to beat it with my club.
The club won't, it won't open it, unfortunately.
Well, I beat at it with my club anyways.
You whack it a couple of times, and Wowwox tries to grab the lid, and you're hitting it. And Wowwox has to pull its arms away. Hey, stop that! Stop that! Hey! Give me a hand with this, would you?
Turg, help! Turg, help!
Assist.
If you've already tried, then you can't try again.
Okay.
But yeah, you're out of strength pretty much. But Torek hasn't tried, and Wowwax hasn't, so Wowwax will try with advantage. And just rips the lid straight off of its hinges. And then Wowwax holds the lid over their head. And roars, and then throws the lid across the room.
And as he's screaming with the lid across, screaming and throwing the lid, Turg just digs into the chest.
Alright, the chest is actually full to the brim with a dried, leafy material. And there is a piece of paper in it. Just it looks like some sort of poster. So for the green leafy material, somebody can make a nature check to try and identify this.
I have no clue.
Neither do I.
Lawnmower clippings. Grass or something. I'm not sure.
I throw the stuff on the ground.
Alright. So no one can really figure out what this is. Except for Kalendor. Kalendor. You've heard of this stuff before. You think you know what it is.
It's weed.
It's called menga. And menga leaves. And it can be ground, dissolved in a liquid, heated, or ingested. If you ingest about an ounce of it, then yeah, you feel kind of good, and you regain 1 hit point. If you ingest more than 5 ounces in a 24-hour period, you gain no additional benefit, and you have to make a Constitution save or fall unconscious for an hour. And yeah, and a healthy manga bush usually has between 2 to 12 ounces of leaves on it, and then you have to dry it out for a day. There is about there's about 2 pounds, so that's 56 ounces of mango leaves in this chest. Well, we'll call it 50 because some of it's been spilled out. And here's a handout for mango leaves. I'll leave you guys to imagine what the leaf looks like. So, if someone wants some of that, there is 50 ounces of it. Sorry, 50 pounds. No, 50 ounces. 50 ounces. Any you guys want to take that? You stuff it in a bag or something?
There's 5 of us and 50 ounces.
Everybody gets 10 ounces.
There is 6 of us. Are you blind?
I meant 6. Of course, I don't think.
Am I
NPCs are
invisible
much
to
bigger
you? You created me! Alright. Everyone will just want to add 10. Does anyone not want this? Alright, everyone add 10 ounces of it then. Unless you don't want it, give it away to someone else. Just add that to your inventory.
So I use actual measurement systems that make sense. So how much is that in pounds?
That's
So that's the same system.
10 ounces is like not even a pound. It's like
It's 16,
So there's
16 ounces
There's
is a
16
pound.
ounces in 16 ounces in a quart. Oh, I'm thinking about gallons. Never mind.
16 ounces in a pound.
So yeah, it's less than a pound.
all right. So,
Australia uses the imperial system too, right?
no, we
like-
use a real. Wait, which
Okay.
one's imperial? I don't even know. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
we use
true.
metric. We use metric.
Gotcha.
Yeah, imperial is pounds and
Ounces.
Yeah,
miles and all that, ounces and gallons and all that shit.
we've
Like
moved on from
American.
the 12th century BC. All right, so all right. Then there is this poster which catches everyone's attention. It looks like a propaganda, perhaps, or some sort of like something that you'd see slapped on the wall of a tavern or something like a. It says this. It's a warning. It's got a little sketch of these 2 cat folk. One of them has ginger hair, and the other one has white fur. It says, "Beware, Jobel and his no-good flunkies. That merchant prince is as trustworthy as a sack of snakes, as are most of his guides. If you choose us, we will never lead you astray. River and Flask are up to the task. That's our motto. Cholt is our playground. We're fast, reliable, and know what we're doing. 5 gold pieces per day, and a 30-day advance is what Jobel's flunkies demand. We're happy to serve as guides for only 4 gold pieces a day, with no payment up front. Even better, we'll waive the fee entirely for equal shares of whatever treasures we find." Some advertisement. You've got no idea what it's for.
Seems interesting though, so I'll roll it up and put it away.
Sure.
Maybe research it later.
Alright, you brush off the mango leaves, roll that up, and put it in your pack. Alright, with all those searched, you felt like you've given this room a very thorough search now. And you just see these glowing runes on the door still, waiting to be activated.
Quick check under the carpets, because there's always something under the carpets.
The carpets are moth-eaten, and they're very dusty and frayed, and they almost sort of break apart. They look like they may have been worth something, but the condition that they're in would say otherwise.
He meant he wants to check under the carpet.
Yeah. There is just dust. There's nothing under there.
Okay. Let's go. Salem?
Alright, I try to activate the seal.
You place your hand on
Oh.
it, and the glyphs almost sort of rise out from the door, one by one. And suddenly, the door, it actually vanishes. It literally just becomes spectral. Vanishes. It reveals a wooden staircase with wooden hand railings that descend for about 20 feet into another door. This one, it looks the same. It's just a metal door of some description, but it does not have any glowing runes on it.
A door between a door. I expect here to be traps. Can I check for traps?
Yeah, you can make a perception check. Oh, sorry, I didn't see it there. 15. You take a look around. It's a wooden staircase. It's kind of creaky, but it doesn't appear to be trapped. You don't see any glyphs, any holes in the walls. Looks safe.
Well, looks safe to me.
Right, when you get down to the bottom of the stairs here, this door, it actually looks like it's like a heavy iron plate. It's kind of rusted as well, and it's set on some sort of rollers, and it looks like you sort of grab the handle and push it across. It looks like it's gonna require a little bit of force as well. Kind of looks a bit rusted up and very, very old. Very sturdy door.
So, athletics check.
Yeah, it will require an athletics check. It's not going to be very difficult.
What did I roll
Are you
now?
trying to
Perception.
Alright, that's enough. You pull the door back, and it actually feels like it's got quite a lot of resistance, and you get the feeling if you let go of it, it's going to snap back into place. So you really have to hold it so everyone can pass. You slide it across. You are greeted by a lit room. And towards the back
Alright,
of the room,
guys. Oh,
you see something.
alright, guys. Get in there before I can't hold this door forever, you know?
We don't want to check the room with the lock on it before we're trapped in here.
Oh, that's a
Well,
good
I mean,
point.
we can open it again.
Maybe. I have a wooden staff. Can I try to jam it in between where the door's going to close?
That won't do.
Okay.
I mean, it'll probably just break by looks of it, but I mean, you can do that. It might help a little bit.
I'll give it a try.
You'd probably need something made of metal though, like some pythons or something that you really could jam in there to keep the door open,
Let's see.
or some spikes, iron spikes.
Can we use the sword that we got from the that he got from the other cultist?
Yeah, you could jam a sword in there with an athletics check.
Alrighty.
Well, those weren't swords, those were battle axes.
Either way.
Oh yeah, they were. Yeah, they had. I was gonna say they had axes. I didn't think any of them had swords. Yeah, an axe is not really appropriate.
Okay.
Well, we just need to make sure it doesn't slam shut. So if we close it to an inch and we put the stick in between, it should hold it open so it doesn't close shut, right?
Yeah, that could work. You also, it has some sort of mechanism. It looks like a spring-loaded mechanism. Calendar, you reckon you could probably get in there with your thieves' tools and try and disable it as well.
How about Calendar tries that, and fail safe, we'll use the stick.
Calendar? I think the calendar is out of date.
Sorry, I was talking to somebody else. Sorry. What was that?
How dare you? This is D&D. There's nothing more.
This door is set on some sort of rollers, and it seems to be spring-loaded, so if you let go of it, the door's going to snap shut. So you feel like you could maybe get in there and try and disable that mechanism with your thieves' tools, and prevent the door from locking you guys in.
Watch this, fellas. You watch this.
Yeah, you get in there, Calendar, and you cut this. You start sweating. You see, you take out some wire cutters, and you're looking very intently as to which wire to cut. And yeah, the pressure is getting to you. It doesn't help that there are these two large burning braziers and these ominous looking altar in the room. You can feel the heat intensifying, and everyone's watching you. And then you realize there's only one wire to cut, so you just cut it, and it just breaks the spring-loaded mechanism to the door. It's not gonna it's gonna just loosely roll now. It's not gonna slam shut. You could just slide it open or close.
Phew. Now that's relief now.
Let's
Meanwhile,
go smash this thing.
yeah, as you look around this room, you notice several bones scattered around everywhere. There are two large braziers. They're burning with this large flame that seems to be giving off quite a lot of heat as well. It's quite warm in this room. It's got a dome ceiling 20 feet high. It's almost like a dome-shaped room. It's just a flagstone floor. And yeah, bones are everywhere. There's heaps of bones and dust. Towards the back of the room, you see an altar. It is an alabaster altar, has a purple cloth laid over it, etched with runes, and there are two smaller braziers glowing with these what looks like continual flames. Flanking the altar are two statues of some gargoyles, leering gargoyles, and behind the altar itself is a large hawk. And Orion, you recognize this hawk as like a symbol of the hawk tribe of Utgard barbarian. A trophy that was taken and put here. Maybe an offering. And obviously what stands out the most is another small stone slab. It's a square slab about 5 foot on a side, and resting on the slab is a large red orb. It's quite large. It's bigger than what you thought it would be. It's about 3 foot in diameter. Definitely not something you could just hold in one hand. Massive ball, and it has this sort of blue light coming off of it, like a necromantic energy, and it seems to be hovering above this slab, this block.
That looks like that glass that we need to shatter.
Ideas? Great.
Well,
Watch out for
shatter the
skeletons.
glass.
Just hit it.
Yeah, exactly.
She said that might work.
That's how you usually break stuff.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Watch out for skeletons, Wowix.
Hold me, Orion.
Please don't
Okay.
come close to me.
I hit the thing.
Alright, when you hit the orb, your weapon bounces straight off of it, and it does absolutely nothing.
We need magic.
Suddenly, the orb changes color. It turns blue, and and it rises up another few inches above this slab, and everyone starts to feel deathly ill. And then it lets out a shockwave, a visible shockwave of necromantic energy. These blue concentric rings emanate out from the orb. And when that happens, some of the bones on the ground, they rise up and animate as a skeleton. And also, seemingly just clawing its way out of the ground, rising up, is also a zombie. Let's roll initiative.
Does not seem like the orb like that very much.
I don't care what it wants. I want it destroyed.
Alright, Kalendor, you're up first.
And I'll shoot the skeleton with my short bow.
That's a hit. No sneak attack. But the arrow slams
Forgot
into
to
the
turn it
bones.
off.
It just takes out a heap of rib bones, cracks through the skeleton, destroying quite a lot of it. Talon.
I'm just gonna assume that first hit was unlucky and just try again.
Make an attack roll. Alright, when you hit this orb, your hammer, it definitely hits it. You can feel this force, this resistance, and the orb, it almost behaves like a liquid, sort of splash through it with the warhammer, but then it quickly reforms together to form a perfect sphere, and you see a little bit of necromantic energy released from it. You felt like you damaged it somehow.
Aha! So it is vulnerable. But it's not glass, and I'm mildly disappointed.
Turek.
Oh yeah, and I yelled that out that the orb is vulnerable to everyone and they should probably aim at it at the moment.
Turek?
Turig is going to produce flame and throw a ball of fire at the skeleton.
That's a hit. Alright, you toss that over, it breaks through the skeleton, shattering off a ton of bone, and it leaves the skeleton almost completely destroyed.
And then I'm gonna move up here behind everybody and end of turn.
In the skeleton's hand is a short bow. It seems to be made of bone lashed together with sinew as its string. And it just shambles up forward. It comes right up near you, Turig, and it tries to shoot you with the short bow. The arrow misses you, and then it just runs up closer. And ends its turn there. Petra.
I will take a 5-foot step up, and I'm gonna aim at the orb and Eldritch Blast.
You hit it. The Eldritch Blast cracks into it, and the same sort of thing happens. It's like a liquid. A bit of the necromantic energy is splashed out of it. You can see these ribbons of energy trailing away, and then it just sort of snaps back together.
And I will move back a bit afterwards. And my turn.
Wow walks. Oh yeah. Oh yeah! I'm Wow walks! Goddamn Zambo! Wowlux runs forward and just jumps on the zombie and tries to plunge a rapier through its head. And crits.
Wow.
Ah! Impales the zombie through the eye socket. Draws a rapier out. Black blood spurts all over the ground. But the zombie just moans.
It really doesn't like zombies.
Orion.
I'll stab the skeleton.
That hits it. You just pretty much slap it with a rapier and it collapses to the ground.
Phew.
The zombie clambers forward, shambling from side to side, tries to grab Wowwox. And does. Grabs Wowwox and just starts throwing Wowwox left and right. Ah! The orb's turn. It lets out another shockwave of this energy. And this energy just emanates outwards. It's like a visible, these concentric rings of necromantic energy. And when that happens, the skeleton stands back up. And at the same time, sorry, a conservative, can you go and push the talk, please?
Sorry.
Crazy noise in my ear. Thank you. And that causes another zombie to stand up, seemingly just clawing its way out of nothing, out of the ground, out of some sort of portal. And more bones form another skeleton. And the orb, it turns red again. Alright, Kalendor. You are up. Whoops. Turns red.
I will shoot this skeleton.
That is a narrow miss. The arrow ricochets off some scraps of armor that have formed from the bone of the skeleton. Talon.
Can I use interact with the object to actually touch the orb now? Is it rock solid again?
It is rock solid. It feels, like a ball of stone.
Yeah.
Very dense.
Since I remember hitting it in its red form, yeah, I'm gonna assume I cannot hit. So instead, come here, you skeleton.
You absolutely obliterate the skeleton. 18 points of damage. You come over, swinging that warhammer, and it shatters the skeleton into multiple pieces. They just clamber all over the ground. I don't think you need this light because this room should be illuminated. Yeah.
Alright. And that's my turn.
Skeleton is just a pile on the ground. Turig.
Turig is in a nasty situation. Turig saw that the thing had the red was fire and the blue was water from before. He's going to provoke an attack of opportunity from the skeleton and run off to the north a bit. And then he's going to throw a ball of fire at the orb of the undead.
Okay, just do one thing at a time. So first you need to move. All right, the skeleton's going to it's going to try and kick you, and it misses. How far are you moving? Yeah, that's 30. You miss. You toss a little ball of fire up, it goes over the orb and just disperses in the air, disappearing.
And that's my turn.
This skeleton is going to run down and chase Kalendor. It's going to come to the landing at the bottom of the stairs. Kalendor, as you've moved into this area, you just see only darkness to the east. The skeleton moves up to chase you and tries to shoot you with its bow. It misses. Petra.
I'm going to move back. That would be 30, and I can still see the skeleton, so I'm going to Eldritch Blast it. And that's going to probably miss.
That is a miss. It just whizzes on by and disappears into the gloom beyond. Wowwox is going to roar. Ah! And it's going to inspire Talum. Keep on going with them big hits! Get Bardic Inspiration. Wowwox is going to try and stab the zombie again. Hits. Drives the rapier into the zombie. The zombie keeps on coming. Alright.
I'll follow Wowx's stab zombie. But I will rage first, actually.
Okay.
Then I will stab him.
That hits. You thrust the rapier straight forward, impale the zombie through the chest, clambers back a little bit, and still limply stands there.
Sorry, add 2 rage damage to that.
Oh, yeah, for the strength. Alright, he's still barely standing. The zombie is gonna continue to wrestle with Wowwox and just grabs Wowwox and starts shaking Wowwox and digging in these strong hands that just, you can hear like Wowwox being squashed. Ah! This zombie is going to moan "Brrr," and make its way up to Turek and try and just jump at him. And that's a miss. The orb turns blue again. And it doesn't let out another shockwave. Kalendor. You can see this big necrotic aura emanating off of the orb, though. It hovers up a little bit again.
If I can, I yell out, I think it's vulnerable now.
Alright, Kalendor running past the skeleton. He's going to try and just claw you. Like a gangly skeleton claw. The attack misses.
Alright, let's see if I can shoot around Talon. I'm gonna fire off at the orb.
That's a direct hit. The arrow splashes into the orb, releases a few more ribbons of necrotic energy before it forms back together. Talon. You're attacking the orb. You swing and it hits it. A bit more necromantic energy is spilt out from the Warhammer swing. You're muted, by the way.
Yeah, I know. It's just the phone is difficult to unmute and mute. But
Should we
yeah,
try Skype?
that
You want to use Skype? Let's use Skype.
For the love of God, please don't joke about that. It gives me anxiety.
Skelly boy is dead. Turek, you're up.
Turek sees the dude right in front of me, and he's gonna smack it with his.
That is a miss. You just sort of thump it into the zombie and the club bounces straight off, doing nothing.
Turek in trouble.
This skelly boy chases down Kalendor and tries to shoot him with a short bow. And an arrow glances you, whoosh, slashing you across the face for 5 points of damage, Kalendor. Ooh. Trail of blood drips down your cheek, and then the skeleton runs up on you. Petra.
Okay, so I'm aiming at the orb again. Eldritch Blast.
That is a hit. And a very good hit. The Eldritch Blast crackles forward, splashes into the orb, and a tremendous amount of necrotic energy is washed away from it, but it snaps back together, forming what looks like a perfect sphere of some sort of liquid.
Then I move there and enter.
Lauox is gonna just look at this zombie and look at their rapier. Oh no! That ain't gonna work this time! Ah! Better than nothing, I guess. I'll just try it anyway! And then just tries to stab the zombie with a rapier. And that's a hit. But the zombie does not go down. Lauox just puts the rapier straight through its neck. Damn it! Orion.
I'll attack the orb.
Alright, you turn around and you jam the rapier into the orb. It splashes out some more necrotic energy. And then it snaps back to form a perfect sphere once more.
Did that seem? Is it like getting smaller? Making progress here?
It's not. You don't actually look like you're making progress, but you're hitting it.
Okay. Great.
Seems to be doing something to it. The zombie is going to try and continue to... It's got Lauox in a headlock. But Lauox just bites it with its turtle mouth. This zombie is going to try and slam into Turek. And that misses. Alright, the orb lets out another shockwave of necromantic energy. And more concentric rings fill this arena. And when that shockwave is let out, another zombie crawls out from the ground. Another skeleton forms from the bones. It just rises straight up. Not only that, the fallen skeleton reanimates. And then the orb sinks back down to rest on this slab, turning red once more. Kalendor.
Uh,
The skeleton's gonna try and kick you. And it misses.
and another shot on the orb.
When your arrow hits the orb this time, the arrow just shatters. It snaps and just lands on the ground. It doesn't seem to do anything to the orb.
Thought I might have activated it.
It's worth a try.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of did tap it because as soon as I, started it, started this shit with just hitting it, my Warhammer even bounced off. So I was just thinking the red mode is pretty much impregnable. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to hit one of the skeletons.
That is a miss. Swing and a miss. Your attack falls short. Your boot slips on a couple of little bones.
I'm gonna use the Bardic Inspiration.
Alright, it's a d6. Still an arrow miss, tell him. That little bit of oomph is not quite enough. The skeleton jumps back and avoids the attack.
Feels mildly disappointed. This one was wielding a bow, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna stay next to it.
Alright, it's going to just shoot this bow. The bow really looks like a femur. A bit of some strands of flesh, sinew stretched over it, and just these sharpened arrows of bone. It's gonna shoot you at disadvantage, Talon. And it misses. Just completely misses. Turek.
Alright, Turek is gonna run over away from the zombie, provoking an attack of opportunity.
The zombie is going to flail its arm at you. Bah! Miss.
There to there. And then he's gonna produce flame, throw a little ball of fire at the orb.
It just splashes over the orb and does not seem to affect it. Seems
that's my turn.
Completely immune to that attack. Does nothing. The skeleton's going to chase down Kalendor, and as he's making his way over there, he's going to shoot. Before he gets into melee range, of course. And the arrow hits you,
Calendar down.
drops you to the ground, and the skeleton just still runs up on you. Lowux yells out, "Don't worry, Calendar, I got you! Skeletons are getting so much! Do something!"
So I will move there and touch Kalendar. Get up! This is no time to be resting.
Kalendor, you open your eyes, and Wowwox just looks around. Alright, I guess you got it. Someone gonna do something! We're getting overwhelmed here! Ah! It's gonna rapier attack the zombie. Actually, Wowwox is gonna do a vicious mockery. And the zombie murmurs, "Brrr," and is still alive. Has disadvantage on his next attack though. Orion.
Ugh. I'll shift with bonus action. And then yell out, "What do you suggest we do?" And then I'll stab the zombie.
Something!
Just destroy.
I said it!
Just
Something!
Something.
Alright, you stab the zombie as hard as you can, and it just... It's like a pincushion. Keeps on clambering towards you, no matter how many times you stab it or where you stab it.
God damn it.
It's going to attack Wowbox at disadvantage. And just as well it had disadvantage because it misses. Wowbox just managed to dodge out of the way. This newly formed skeleton has these two spindly looking blades for arms. And it does it's like Terminator run straight at Petra. And as it reaches Petra, it tries to slash Petra with this bladed arm. It's like a bit of sharpened bone. And it slashes you for 4 points of damage. This zombie is incredibly slow, but it still managed to make its way up to Talum. And when it reaches him, it just flails its arms randomly in front of his face. The orb's turn. It explodes with more necromantic energy, turning blue, letting off an evil aura. Visible necrotic aura. This zombie is gonna move up to Talum as well. And it hits, it slams into you for 5 bludgeoning damage. Just sort of grabs you and just headbutts you.
For today's session, I want to tell you that all the damage and healing I get, can you please add it and deduct it from my character, please?
Yeah, sure.
Because it's impossible for me.
No problem. Alright, you hit for 5 damage, and you're looking kind of hurt. Kalendor, you can use half your movement speed to stand out.
I will.
Skeleton's gonna try and scratch you. And it crits you for 1 damage, Kalendor. That's it. It just does 1 damage. Scratches you for 1 damage as you run by. But it scratches you good.
Can I shoot the orb again?
Direct hit. The arrow passes straight through the orb, expelling a line of necrotic energy that splashes out from it. Tell him.
I yell out to everyone. Now everyone attack the orb, because otherwise we will get overwhelmed, and that goes for everyone. And meanwhile, I use my bonus action to consume the green cap.
Okay. You stuff that little mushroom in your mouth, and it's like a healing potion. It's a bonus action. 2d4 plus 2. And yeah, if you guys have any items at all in your inventories, you may want to check that. See if you have anything useful that you can use to help you through this fight, because it may turn very bad very quickly if you don't give it your all. You're feeling a lot better though, tell them, after eating that, and you're almost completely healed.
Thank you. And I'm gonna provoke both from the zombie and the skeleton an attack of opportunity.
The skeleton tries to headbutt you, it misses, and the zombie's gonna do a double arm slappy attack. Miss. One of its arms falls off, and it spends the rest of its reaction picking it up and trying to reattach it.
And I'm gonna attack the orb.
That hits. Alright, this time when you hit the orb, tell him, you see these trails of necrotic energy splash out from it, and they seem to just vaporize as well. And the orb is left with this sort of scarred appearance. It almost has like a crack in it, like a crack in an eggshell.
We're doing it, guys. Come on, everyone, attack it. And I'm pretty sure this is what's keeping all these zombies alive too as well. And that's my...
This skeleton is going to shoot at you, Talon, using its short bow. It's going to take a shot, and it hits you for 8 piercing damage. An arrow just sticks into your back, and this sharp pain just rips up through your system. You're seriously hurt, and the skeleton rushes you as well. It ends its turn there. Torek.
Torg is going to throw another ball of fire.
That's a hit. Toss the ball of fire at the orb, and the flame licks up and seems to vaporize some more of the necrotic energy, and the crack in the orb intensifies.
I think that was 30 feet.
This skeleton is going to shoot at Kalendor with its short bow. And it hits you for 6 piercing damage. Down you go. It then runs up on you. And ends its turn there. The pain is too much. You fall to the ground unconscious, bleeding out. Petra.
I gotta move around the skeleton and shoot at the orb. And I don't think, yeah.
The skeleton comes up behind you and grabs you and like sort of throws you to the side, and your beam goes awry, hits the ceiling. Wowwax roars, "Ah, Kalendor! Don't fail me now!" And does a healing word on you. After everything we've been through, I love you. Kalendor, you're healed for 6 points.
How can you not love that little man?
You open your eyes to see the arrow sticking out of you just be magically pushed out, and that wound scars over. I'm sick of these zombies! And Wowux is then going to just vicious mockery again on the zombie.
Oh man, why does Wawax not listen though?
And
He's his own.
Hey!
the zombie, its head sort of explodes and collapses. And then Wowux moves back. Ah, gotta get away from these zombies! Ryan.
So this is a long shot, but the eagle statue was taken from the eagle tribe of barbarians. Is there any like mystical power in it? You know, sometimes barbarians like worship, you know, burial mounds or totems or stuff. Is there any? Do I know if there's any magical power there?
I don't think you'd know about another tribe. Right.
That's fair.
They're very
That's fair.
territorial.
The orb is cracking. Finish it off, please.
Yes, I will hit.
You jam the rapier into it with all of your might, and another ribbon of energy leaves it, and the crack intensifies even more. And as you look into the orb, Orion, you swear you see something inside it. Something inside the orb is moving. This skeleton is going to try and slash at Petra with its bladed arms. And it hits you for 4 piercing damage. Drives one of them straight into you. Petra falls to the ground. The zombie attacks Talon, tries to slam into him, and it misses. The orb lets out another shockwave. Another skeleton forms from the bones in the center of the room, and another zombie seemingly crawls out from the ground right next to Talon. The other zombie that had fallen gets right back up and reanimates. Callan.
I will give him my healing potion to Petra.
Okay. Quickly uncork it and tip it down her throat. She drinks it down and opens her eyes.
Not a lot of safe space left to move to, if I'm completely honest.
Do you want to stand up?
Yeah, I'll stand up. What weapon does the skeleton have?
They've got these bows. These bony bows. It's all of them except for this one. It's got like blade arms. Oh yeah, that orb is red again, by the way. Sinks back to the ground.
Perfect. Does that skeleton make an attack of opportunity?
Yeah. This guy? Yeah, he will.
Yeah.
He'll try and kick you. Miss. Tell him.
Man, can you please do the macro on my page for that one?
For what one?
Healing potion, just regular one.
You gonna take a healing potion?
Yep, and that.
Yes.
Alright, you down the healing potion, you healed for 8 points, and yeah, that headbutt that caused that searing pain through your head, a bit of blood that sort of came from your skull, it just seals back up and you're feeling fine once again.
Alright, and I'm just preparing myself to bash the if I survive to bash the thing again.
Okay. Oh, sorry. It was the skeleton's go next. Alright, this skeleton's gonna just shoot at you, Talon, at disadvantage. And it misses. Alright, Turek, you're up.
Turek is going to throw a fireball at the closest zombie because the flame didn't do anything there.
That's a hit. A little ball of fire slams into the zombie, knocks it to the side, and it lightly catches on fire. The zombie doesn't seem too bothered by that. The skeleton tries to shoot you, Calendar, at disadvantage, at short range. And it just sticks, it pretty much just sticks the arrow into you. Hits you on the chest, starts to twist it. You feel the searing pain rivet your system. Your vision becomes blurry. Petra, you can use half your movements to stand up.
Yep, I do so. And I will dodge for now.
Okay. Wowox is going to viciously mock the skeleton down here. Hey, Skelly boy! Why don't you pick on me? Come on! I'm over here! And the skeleton's jaw drops. Not literally, it just opens its jaw and looks over at Wowox and ignores Wowox. It's then going to shoot Orion with its bow. And you're hit for 2 piercing damage. Orion, you're up.
Is it possible to hold my action until after the thing turns blue?
You can ready an action for any perceivable trigger.
I will hold an attack against the orb until after it turns blue.
Okay. Alright, as you look over your shoulders, you see undead everywhere. You try to fight them off. And as you're doing that, you've got your eye on this orb waiting for it to change color. The zombie comes up from behind you. And it just, you just shoulder barge it out of the way. This skeleton is going to try and slash at Petra at disadvantage. And it's a narrow miss. That was going to just stab you straight in the neck. And it narrowly misses you, Petra. You can feel the wind of the blade. The zombie will attack Talum. They're just, it's just a swarm of arms coming for you, Talum, and you're hit for 7 bludgeoning damage. They're just grabbing you and just trying to rip you apart, pretty much. The orb's turn. It rises back up off the altar. It emanates its blue aura. And Orion, you can use your reaction now.
Fuck.
You jump the gun a little bit there, and you actually hit it while it's still red, and you feel the rapier just rebound straight off of it. This very unholy object is starting to look quite damaged. You might need to think of some sort of way to counteract the unholy object. This zombie is going to it's going to murmur up to Turek and try and slam into him. Miss. The zombie, there's just so many of them. They're coming out of the ground, they're reanimating, they're rising, and everywhere you look, they're surrounding you guys. There's a cacophony of moans, clamor of arms, and these bony arrows getting flung around everywhere. This one tries to fall on Talum and drag him to the ground, but Talum, you just elbow it out of the way. Kalendor.
Alright, let's see if I can survive this.
Alright, you try to tumble through 2 skeletons. They both reach out with their gangly claws to try and stab you with these bony arrows. And yeah, that first one's going to hit you for 1 point, Kalendor. And
Calendar down. Calendar down.
a claw just drag across you. And yeah, you're gonna fall to the ground about there. Actually, the skeleton would have even had its reaction used. That first one dropped you. Kalendor goes down again. Talum.
Uh,
Alright, you go in with the Warhammer. It slams into the orb. And it cracks even more.
even more.
You can see something inside it. Something moving. It looks like a baby.
Well, screw that baby. It's summoning way too many zombies. Kill it with fire. Oh wait. Does it look like that clay figure
No.
that we saw earlier?
No. It's just a silhouette. Like a baby in a fetal position.
Alright.
Maybe you want to try and kill it with something holy. Something.
I'm too far away for that.
Oh, but who has
Like
those
the-
holy
I-
waters?
I
ring?
do, and I'm too far away.
Oh, god damn it.
You feel like
We're dead.
holy water would be great for this situation. The skeleton's going to try and shoot Orion. Disadvantage. And it just stabs you with an arrow for 3 damage. Turig.
Turig is going to so if I throw a fireball at it right now, I'd be at disadvantage because I'm in melee.
Yep, that's right.
All right, I will step away from the zombie.
Clambers towards you with its arms outstretched. But it's too slow. That's a hit.
At the orb.
The produced flame slams into the orb. And it's cracked all over now. You can see a seam of energy escaping it. Like a red glow coming from the cracks, like that of an eggshell. And it's becoming quite erratic. There are just flashes of purple lightning shooting out from it now. It's feeling like it's very unstable and it's about to break.
And then it's my turn.
This skeleton's going to turn and shoot at Petra at disadvantage. And it's a complete miss. You duck at the last second. Petra.
Okay, let's try this. I move out of this guy's range.
Skelly's gonna slash. And he completely misses.
Okay, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I will throw a bottle of holy water.
Okay. It's a improvised thrown attack. So it's a dexterity check. That is a direct hit. The holy water vial smashes on the orb, and the orb calls the ambulance. And when it smashes on the orb, it does 2d6 radiant damage. And it's vulnerable, so that damage is doubled. It hisses, and the orb lets out one final shockwave of energy. But this one is a concentric ring of this holy energy, a yellowy energy. And when that happens, as the threshold of the shockwave hits the undead, it completely disrupts them. They turn into a radiant fire. They get completely incinerated. There's nothing left of the zombies, and the skeletons are turned to bone. It destroys each and every single one. It's such a blinding light that it actually blinds everyone for a brief moment. It's so bright. And as your eyes clear, as your vision returns to after disappearing, you notice there is something on the ground where the orb was. The orb is destroyed. There's nothing left of it. There's just this fetus creature sitting in what looks like an urn. And we're going to take a 10-minute break now and see what it is. When we get back, I'll see you guys soon.
It's an infant.
Well, that was close. Petra, is your AC 11 right now?
It is a 12.
Oh boy.
I did cast Cure Wounds on Callum.
I know. Thank you. I've taken it.
Yeah,
You don't
I
have
was-
faith that he can make those DC 15 death saves?
Are we doing
It's
meat
not
grinder?
yet.
Yeah, we're doing meat grinder.
Holy
But
crap!
we don't have DC 15 death saves yet. As soon as we arrive at Chult, that will start.
Okay.
And yeah, I was trying to get closer to the orb before, but then Keldor fell, so I had to go save him.
Good thing Good thing I actually understood how the orb works pretty fast, otherwise we would be definitely overrun and killed.
Oh, that's truth. That's truth right there.
Well, I'm just like thinking about it, you know, I was like, wait, what the fuck? It just bounced off, you know, and he said like, well, basically described it as it didn't take damage, and next moment it turned blue. I'm like, it looks vulnerable. And I just think again, because I actually at first was like thinking, oh, there's no way it will take damage, right? And I was like thinking maybe need to kill the skeletons, but then I'm just like, fuck it, hit it again, because my character would actually think, oh, this is a glass orb, I just need to smash it.
So here's a question for y'all. How do y'all feel about the morality of killing infants?
It's an unholy infant. I would smite it if I had smites.
Well, is it unholy? Because it just released holy energy.
I thought we just
Well,
killed it.
Well, I mean,
there's a health bar on it. I mean, I assume it's alive. Well, we killed the orb. The orb that was covering it was unholy, I assume.
I have divine sense. I can check it out.
And as far as like goblins go, meat is meat.
He wants his baby back ribs.
It's just a modest proposal.
Well, if it's consecrated, baby, there's no way in hell you're gonna be eating it.
No, you guys asked about the morality of like the party. It was like Turig's a goblin and he grew up in with goblins. Meat is meat.
The thing is, I mean, Callum is a white knight, basically, so he will try to procure the whole, you know, he's gonna try to do the good, and desecrating corpses or whatever, babies, is something he would not willingly allow.
I understand that. I'm not going out of my way to eat babies. I'm just saying, I'm chaotic neutral.
Meat is back on the menu, boys.
His view of morality on the world is different from like most civilized groups. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just waiting for that level 3 power spike, and we actually finally get our classes, subclasses.
Oh, I can't wait.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I just said I can't wait. It's all you now, bud.
I'm looking forward to role playing with the Gabo. It's gonna be fun, right? Because like the anti, it's not immoral. He just has a different moral system. Most people.
And that's really what I'm trying to do. I'm just like throwing my head into a different space and like playing a different style character that I've ever played before. I'm just trying to have fun. Not trying to take fun away from everybody else. Just trying to have a little bit of.
Well, I mean, I always wanted to play a monster manual kind of a character, but yeah, I feel like a lot of them can come out as busted, so I never really tried it.
I don't know if you've looked at Volos, but Volos has like a couple monstrous races, like your goblins and your kobolds and stuff, and they're just about as balanced as the rest of the PCs.
Well, I mean, we had one time a grung, and technically, if he's sleeping, we could extract poison from it. And poison is like, what, 100 GP a vial? So that's kind of busted, you know. But of course, it was a DC 20 nature check. So, what subclasses you guys are planning on taking?
Swashbuckler. Maybe. I haven't looked too far into it, honestly.
Well, Swashbuckler was very good at like basically getting all the time the stealth thing, the sneak attack. Because even if he's alone, he can invoke the sneak attack.
I was for the goblin. I was thinking about taking like Circle of the Land or Circle of the Moon. I looked at the other druid circles and really wasn't too impressed.
Well, I mean, since I'm paladin, I'm probably gonna take Oath of Devotion, just because Oath of Devotion has one of the highest defense, well, you know, supportive capabilities. So, well, just generally having like the Sanctuary was very good, so basically I can just Sanctuary myself and just run into combat and just like dodge, and basically it would be like second dodge on myself.
I already have mine as a sorcerer.
But I still don't really comprehend how the hell is Orion so t-
He went with a dex build.
Yeah, I mean, no, but still. Dang, that upper class. I really want to try out, you know, like, basically, Eldritch Knight. Because, you know, certain aspects of it seems like so freaking strong. Like, you can cast Shield, you can cast Blade Ward and still do attacks, you know, it just feels so good. Because Blade Ward in middle of fray or whatever, just like, basically you have rage without being a barbarian.
Yeah, I played a Eldritch Knight. And it was really good, really solid.
I haven't even played the Knowledge Knight, but I'm just dreaming, that I can take it one day. We have like solid healing, although we have solid healing now. Yeah. For meat grinder, you need more healing.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I think everybody has a heal except for Kaldor and Talum. Or no, Oran. But everybody else has a heal.
I mean, the only thing we're missing is life cleric. Then we're solid on heals.
Yeah, I'm playing one in another campaign. They just heal. Plus the healing feat. Yeah.
That healing feat is actually no, not the healing feat, but like the life cleric. Just scroll or whatever you do, basically. Just me. It's like, what the fuck? I think like the most powerful ones are Life Cleric and Grave Cleric in terms of, well, certain aspects. Like Grave Cleric can just like make bosses so much easier.
Yeah, but the problem with Grave Cleric that I've come across with a lot is they don't want to heal you unless you fall. And that is a problem.
Yeah, Grave Cleric really wants you to take advantage of that 100% after you fall.
Efficiency.
Exactly.
I think all clerics are good at something, right? Like I don't think there's any like weak subclass of cleric. I'm just like all other classes. They're just good at a specific thing, and they're just not good at other things. Like life clerics, healing, that's it, right? They don't have a whole lot of blasting. They're all of their domain abilities are soul into healing, which makes them good healers, but not good at much else.
Well, they still have cantrips they can use.
Sure, there's that.
I kind of wanted to go with something. If I wasn't gonna go druid, I was gonna be a cleric, but I wasn't gonna be like a life cleric. I was gonna be the tempest cleric. Because I like the whole storm magic. It's just like absolutely.
The first character I ever played was a Tempest Cleric. It was a lot of fun. That's how I got introduced to D&D. Or the fifth edition, anyway.
I think mine was a berserker. I was a 2-weapon fighting berserker. I was playing AD&D, and I never hit anything. I think I died. I just died. That's what I did. I died before I landed a hit.
But you died in a blaze of glory.
I think I died to a roper. I think a roper like, oh, you're walking along a field. You see a tree. Like, oh, cool. We'll go sit down next to the tree. Oh, the tree grows arms and starts grabbing you and kills you or chokes you to death. Like, oh, great. Awesome.
AD&D is scary.
Well,
AD&D of 2.
Yeah, AD&D. I also started off as a berserker, and I was actually one of the ones that had a mount, the buffalo mount.
All right, let's continue. All right, as your vision returns, you see just almost bathing in this chalice what looks like some sort of strange fetus thing. It looks like a malformed, unfinished fetus. It's wet, it's wrinkled, has a bloated body, has this overlarge head, some glassy, vacant eyes. It has drool just coming from its mouth. It's all got some cord sticking out of it. And it sort of shrieks a little bit. And,
I think just like
yeah.
Wow.
It's,
I think
it's,
just like Wow, this thing is asking for death. Honestly,
it's in the chalice, right?
I mean, I already got a new goblin, so not looking to adopt anything else today. Just putting that out there.
What
said-
is it?
we sacrifice it on the table.
That doesn't sound like it attracts anything good. You're okay. Shh. Can
So
I
you-
poke it? Gently?
Sure.
I poke it gently.
Alright, it's ice cold to the touch and it fills you with pain. You have to quickly take your finger off Orion, and as you look at your hand, it's this searing pain. All of your veins have turned black and they're throbbing. Your hand starts to turn purple.
Kill it with fire.
That's what I was about to do. It's in the
Kill it
chalice,
with fire,
right?
fire.
It screeches even louder, and this time when it screeches, it lets out a horrible shockwave, and I need everybody to actually make a Constitution saving throw.
I will use my favorite by God. So an extra 4 to that 7. You love it.
And I'll make one for Wowwox. It's the loudest wail. And everyone fails. Everybody gains 1 level of exhaustion.
Kill it.
And as this lets out this shockwave, it knocks everyone back. It drives you to your knees. You feel your energy drained out of you. You stand back up, look around at one another, and you realize that this thing, it's no baby. It's some sort of abomination, an evil undead that was powering the orb. It must be destroyed, lest it destroy
Right.
you.
I bathe it in a flask of oil and light it up.
That's what I was gonna do with the alchemist fire.
It suddenly
Put some holy water on it too.
it starts flailing around these cords, and it just keeps on screaming. If it keeps on screaming, you're feeling like it's going to drain the very life out of you.
I put it on fire. It's on fire. It's dying. Where's the holy water?
You'll need to use your action to put oil on it. Orion, you're up first, and your rage would have worn off as well, Orion. Alright, you try to put it out of its misery, and you stab it as hard as you can with your rapier. Your rapier does not pierce it. Your rapier does nothing. It sort of depresses its flesh a little bit. You poke it, you draw the rapier out, nothing. It's like hitting a wall. Torg.
So what does 2 levels of exhaustion mean?
I'll go on to your sheet, so bear with me for a second, and I'll give you exhaustion tracking. Alright, that's been turned on now, and you'll see underneath where your hit dice are, there's like exhaustion level. 2 means disadvantage on ability checks, and your speed is halved.
Okay. move there, and I throw a ball of fire at the infidel.
Fire seems to work. It just sort of sits there and like sort of curled over in this chalice. It screeches a little bit, and it seems quite tough. It only burns it like a little bit. It's going to use a legendary action. 3 legendary actions. It lets out this abominable wail. Everyone needs to make another Constitution saving throw. Let me click the wrong one again. I'm presuming you've got at least more than a -1 on your con save though.
Yeah, +2.
Okay, some people managed to resist the whale this time. Petra, Talum, and Turig. However, Orion, you now have 2 levels of exhaustion. Kalendor, Tur, and Wowux also have 2 levels of exhaustion. Alright, Talum. You're up.
Doesn't, by the way, don't we all have disadvantage on these? Oh, wait, those are saves, not checks. Okay.
Yeah, 3 levels for saving throws.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to bash it in.
You hit it as hard as you can with the Warhammer, and it does nothing. The Warhammer seems to bounce straight off of it.
Oh, great. As an interact with object, can I just throw it out of the chalice?
No, it's not an object. It's a creature.
Well, I mean, can I tip off the...
You can use your action to
So
try and shove it next turn.
Alright,
That would be a shove.
okay. Okay, press the EOT, please. It doesn't work
No
for me.
Got ya. Petra.
Right. What would it take to actually pour the holy water over it and into the chalice so it's bathing in it now?
How many holy water do you have?
I have 1 left.
So it's same thing. It's you splash it or you. It's an improvised weapon attack.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to, I guess, splash it and try to get as much of it in its gauntlet as possible, so it's bathing in it.
All right, it's a ranged attack, so you throw it, and that hits. It hits it, and it splashes over it. Does 2d6 radiant damage. All right, it actually starts to burn it. And you can see the holy water working like acid to melt it away, creating pock marks in its flesh, and it begins to melt it. However, the thing seems incredibly powerful despite its infantile appearance. And it was vulnerable. So you did double damage.
And I will move back a bit.
Alright, when you move back, it whips one of these necrotic tendrils at you, Petra. And it hits one of the cords. It slaps you. And you'll hit for 11 necrotic damage. Kalendor.
What would it take to block my ears so I can't hear its wail?
It's not a matter of hearing it. It's like a shockwave of energy. that really washes over you. You'd need to be absolutely deafened to do that. Blocking your ears is not going to block it enough. You'd have to like have a deafness spell or something like that.
I don't think we can kill this thing somehow, but
Somehow?
No, it's time to go.
I'm gonna bathe it in oil. I'm gonna open up a flask and just bathe it in oil.
Alright, it's the same deal. For oil, it's an improvised weapon attack. Make a ranged attack. So dexterity check. Yeah, it's very easy to hit this thing. And you just splash the oil over it. So it's covered in oil. And if it takes any fire damage within the next minute, it'll take an additional 5 fire damage from the burning oil. And then it'll burn for 2 rounds, taking 5 damage each turn. Oh no, that's if you pour it on an area. Did you want to hit the tropple or did you want to put it in the chalice?
In the chalice.
Okay, you just smash the oil into the chalice and there's now oil in it. Here's a handout for oil as well. I'll add it to the appendix.
I'm ready for your death. Where you at?
Starts just gibbering. Absolute nonsense. And as it's doing this, it starts to hover above the chalice slightly. It's still in the oil, but it seems to be able to float. And it just whips one of these tentacles at Orion. One of it's like you pull it in an umbilical cord. Whoosh!
Oh,
It wraps
Yeah.
around you, and you take 11 necrotic damage.
awesome.
Wowwox runs for Petra. Petra! And do you have any sort of healing potion, Petra?
I do.
Wowwox is gonna feed that to you. We gotta get out of here! So 2d4 plus 2. You're healed for 8 points. Come on! Says Wowwox. And is going to inspire Orion. Hang in there, Orion! At the end of Wowwox's turn, it lets out this tremendous wail again with legendary actions and another round of Constitution saves for everyone. Some of you resist. Those of you that don't are knocked back by this shockwave of energy released from it. It disorientates you. It makes you feel weak. Kalendor, you have 3 levels of exhaustion. Petra, you have 2 levels of exhaustion. Turig, you have 3 levels of exhaustion.
Yeah, 3 levels.
Orion,
I'm gonna disengage as an action and move my 15 feet away from it. And say, it's time to go! Syndra, if you're alive, please help!
Turig,
Turing runs away.
I don't think that's too far. Did I go one too far?
That seems about right. Alright, as you look up the stairs, Torek, you're not sure if you're imagining this or not, but you see a skeletal man heading down the stairs towards you, and he has these pinpricks of blue glowing light in his eyes. He looks like this.
What?
Level 1 encounter. Level 1 encounter.
Yeah.
Don't worry, guys. I balanced this perfectly. I put it into D&D Beyond character creator.
Also,
yeah.
where's time at?
Creator.
Jeez.
So, what do you do, Turek? I think you just used all of your movement as well.
Yeah. It was all. That was my move and my action as a death.
Talon.
Well-
Suddenly, Talon, this doll just appears out of nowhere and just falls on the ground next to you. This no-faced clay doll just out of nowhere just drops onto the ground limply, its head tilted to the side.
Okay. I'm gonna die, but okay. I'm gonna drink a healing potion and see how much will that heal from me.
Okay, I'll roll it up.
And that's my last healing potion. Oh. Great.
Or max.
Full HP.
Right,
Oh,
down the
even
healing potion.
over.
You're feeling a bit better.
Alright. Does that doll look hostile?
No, it just like falls on the ground. It's not like moving or nothing. It's like limp, like a rag doll. Someone's just dropped it on the ground.
Okay, I'm gonna provoke so Calendar can get away with a dash.
Yeah, it's gonna whip one of these necrotic tentacles at you, Talon. And it misses.
Well, I'm surprised about that, but yeah, just for future reference, I'm resistant to necrotic and radiant damage.
Okay.
And I book it.
I got 2 squares of movement left. Oh no, you didn't disengage, right? So you could dash and get another.
Yeah, no, I drink a potion, but
you drunk
I'm
the
only on one, and I'm only on one exhaustion, so.
Oh yeah, so you're good.
That's 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. What the fuck?
Yeah, about that.
And I'm just like, please no.
It's just walking down the stairs. Its gaze pierces yours, Talon, and cuts you to your soul. You feel absolute embodiment of evil, and you almost freeze in fear. You're choking. You can't breathe.
I just drop to my knees and I'm just like, so this is game over, eh?
Petra.
How far is this reach?
It's used its reaction. The tentacles don't seem too long. About 5 foot long.
Okay. Hold on. And that is my action.
Calendar.
I put the doll in the chalice.
Okay. You pick up the doll and just throw it in there. Yeah, It's just like a little clay doll. You just toss it in, splashes oil a little bit, and the Atropos tentacles are flicking around, like start to wrap around it.
Alright, I've distracted it. Let's get out of here.
The Atropos is going to wail as an action. And it just lets out another explosion of energy. Wowok screams. Petra.
I'm gonna roll my d6.
Have 3 levels of exhaustion. Orion.
Nope.
You have 3 levels of exhaustion. Even the inspiration doesn't help you.
How far does it go?
Oh. Easily reaches you, Talon. It goes at least 119 feet, if not more. Tvorig, you have 4 levels of exhaustion. Talon.
Yeah, I make an intelligence save.
You have 2 levels of exhaustion.
It's no 7.
Alright, Tvorig, on 4 levels of exhaustion, your speed is halved, your knees are weak, your arms are sweaty.
Arms are sweaty. These weak.
And
Mom's spaghetti?
Mom's spaghetti.
possibly. Your hit point max is halved. Disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. You're not in a good state. You're feeling like if this keeps up, you're gonna die.
Yeah, I'm just continuing to run. I have no option.
Wowwox starts running. It's Wowwox's turn, Turk.
Oh, I thought it was mine.
Wowwox is going to start running. We gotta get out of here! And at the end of Wowwox's turn, it wails again. More Constitution saves. Tell him. You have 3 levels of exhaustion. Tvorig, you have 5 levels of exhaustion. Kalendor, you have 4 levels of exhaustion.
5. I have 5.
5.
Well, I had disadvantage on the last save,
Oh yeah.
so I was already at 3.
The Ryan. I think you fail then too, right? Disadvantage if you have 3 levels. Alright,
Yeah.
at 5 levels of exhaustion, your speed is reduced to 0. Tvorig, you collapse. You fall down to the ground. As you look around, you realize that you're not going to make it out. There's no way. Not only that, you've got this creature coming towards you. And he walks towards you. He has an eerie grace about himself. And as he's coming towards you, Talum, what do you do? He looks like he's gonna like walk straight into you if you don't move.
Well, I mean, it's not like I'm feeling too strong about myself at the moment, so I just let him do whatever he wants at the moment.
Alright, he holds out his hand, and you need to make a strength saving throw, Talum. He attempts to just move you out of the way with telekinesis.
I just let him.
Okay. He knocks you back into Wowwox and Petra, and Tvorig, you go with him, flying across the room. You both take a bit of damage as well. Tvorig, you take 6 bludgeoning damage. Talum,
I'm down.
you take 5 bludgeoning damage. If it reduces you to 0, just stay on 1 hit point. This is what the creature looks like. It's a lich. Wears a ghastly looking robe, and he carries in his hand some sort of staff. He has around his neck a talisman. The amulet on the talisman just seems like a black orb.
Puny little mortals.
As he speaks, it's as if his breath, you can feel it in your ears.
I am Azarak, the Eternal.
And as he speaks, he tilts his head, and he seems to just like hover above the ground. For each step he takes, it just adds another layer of fear into your hearts.
Foolish little creatures. Your souls belong to me.
And he soon just loses interest in you all, and he starts making his way towards the Atropole. He's like completely skeletal hands, and he reaches into the chalice and pulls out the clay doll and admires it. His eyes are nothing but pinpricks of blue light.
Yes, this will do.
And he takes the little doll and he just puts it in his pocket underneath his robe.
Yes, such beauty to behold,
He says as he admires the Atropole.
Such beauty, this will do perfectly. Mortals, on this day, I will spare your souls. You have allowed me to acquire that which I need. You are on death's door, and I am beyond death's reach. Only I know the secret to true immortality. Your souls are weak and desperate.
And he scoops up the Atropole in his hands. It wails, but he places his hand over its mouth.
Shh, my baby. Hush, little one.
And it seems to calm it as it speaks in gibberish. Nasrak just gazes at you all again.
Yes. I have almost everything I need now. Your world is about to change. What say you, adventurers? When you are faced with a challenge, what say you?
Does anyone say anything?
I'm a hunter. You're my prey now.
You amuse me, mortal. But I admire your determination. I am a god. You cannot challenge a god. But why be a god when I can be a creator of gods? You will nourish me. I challenge you. Come, foolish ones, to the land of Chult. Deep in the jungles, you'll find the only key to your survival as mortals on this world. Come, plunder my treasures, if you dare. Others have tried, all have failed. From your skin, tapestries shall be woven, and your bones will carpet my tomb. I need one final thing. A soul to start it all. Which one of you will give to me your soul?
Why would we give you our souls?
Turek spits at him.
Very well then. If you will not give it, I shall take it.
And he points his finger in your general direction. He goes first.
Sure. Makes sense.
He points his finger at Warlock and he seems to whisper something. It's too quiet for you guys to hear. Warlock collapses to the ground, dead.
Does he have less than 100 hit points?
Let me check.
Are you sure?
Actually, yeah, just. Calendar, you're up.
I'm just going to assume I was already on the ground because of exhaustion. So I'm just going to feign that I'm unconscious.
Okay.
I mean,
You can make a
Isn't
performance
it-
check.
isn't five exhaustion that you're unconscious?
No, you're not far off unconsciousness.
There's no way he knows.
You're
Yeah, look. That man doesn't get out much. He doesn't know what an unconscious person looks like.
your total skill check equals his bonus to his insight.
Why would he check, though? He doesn't know. He doesn't care about me, a lowly level 1.
He doesn't. You're right. Petra.
Right. I'm gonna try to. Can I try to drag Warwalks and Turig out?
Yeah, you can go you can grapple someone and then go like one square. Every square plus your movement.
That's fine. I will do that.
Some
uses
around.
So yeah, I'm trying to get out.
You can go one square, not two.
That's fine. I need you to move him, I guess, up one then.
Alright, your mic's doing that thingy again, by the way. Alright, so your earphones are coming through your microphone. But yeah, you can just move somewhere and he'll go with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to head out.
Okay, go one square.
Are you grabbing Turig or are you grabbing Wowix?
I guess I'll grab Turig.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess move Turig up one, and I will move where his.
Okay, you grab him and try to escape. You can barely move. Your entire body aches, and you're just dragging him so slowly. You're just almost collapsing over yourself.
As Turig is picked up and like pulled away, he reaches back to Wowix, just like in his barely consciousness.
Wowox is just on the ground. It's unresponsive. Tell him.
Well, Talon exhaustedly moves there and throws his warhammer at Tesseract.
Alright, make an improvised weapon attack. You attempt to throw it, and it just, there's like an invisible force that surrounds him. It just, poof, your warhammer just gets blown straight out of town.
I mean, while I'm doing that, I'm just like dropping my shield as well, and just like, I'm gonna go fists blazing.
It starts to wrap its tentacles around Asarak.
Shh, little one.
Turig.
Turig reaches out to cast Cure Wounds and misses his target. End of turn.
Okay.
He was reaching towards Wowix.
Wowix has
cast
collapsed on the ground, and it's just not moving at all. No injuries. Orion.
Is the infant still dripping with oil?
The oil's in the chalice. There's not enough oil on the atropole.
Damn. Well, then I'll get out a torch and light it on the brazier next to me. And I'll throw it at the infant.
Okay. Make an improvised weapon attack. There you go. Dexterity check, range attack.
I'll use my short bow for that.
You don't get your proficiency bonus on
Okay,
improvised
well.
weapon attack.
So a 2.
Alright, 17. Alright, it hits the atropole for 1 point of fire damage.
Well, I have disadvantage on the attack, too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you actually still hit it with a 7.
Oh, cool.
Asarak sees that the creature is not really affected that much.
I'm going to tell you something. There'll be a curse placed on your land. This curse will feed my soulmonger. You can try and stop it. You're the ones who have the knowledge. Come to Jolt. That is where you'll find it. I beckon you. Come to Jolt.
Don't you throw torch at my baby again. Shoots a ray of frost at Orion.
Oh, shit.
This is gonna kill him outright.
No, I'm joking. He doesn't really. He casts, he casts teleport. And bye-bye. He's gone. Disappears. Him and the Atropole and the little doll.
Well,
Kalendor is asleep.
Oh,
yeah, I think we all just collapse where we are.
Okay.
I pick up my warhammer and just swing at the air out of exhaustion, pretending he's there.
Okay. Start screaming and swinging, and there ain't nothing there.
But-
Talon.
But imagine the XP we're going to get for surviving the encounter with Azura.
Level 20.
Is there any of the baby's blood in the chalice? Mixed in with the oil and holy water?
It's yeah, some sort of like black ichor.
I'll try to gather it up. And I'll empty out my water skin and fill it. I took a healing potion actually, so I'll try to fill it up with some of that.
And I will try.
Ichor stuff.
During that, I will try to spare the dying, even though I know she's dead. I don't know that in character.
Alright, yeah, you try to spare the dying on Wowwox, but it's not working, Petra. No response from Wowwox. Wowwox is just completely unresponsive. Alright, Orion, you get some sort of like ichor mixed in with the oil. You guys get 175 experience points as well.
We didn't.
And so yeah, no response from Wowwox. What do you guys do now?
I pick up Wawax and carry him. Try to get out of this place.
Body is just so lifeless, and yeah, they just limp in your arms.
I am dragging Turek to the beds that are up here.
Okay, Orion, what do you do? After you collect the ichor?
Quick check around the tablet and the statue. Anything hidden or unexpected there?
You could make a perception check at disadvantage if you think there may be a secret compartment in the altar. Take a look around. Your vision's blurry, by the way, and you're not seeing anything. You're feeling like you're about to collapse as well.
Time for bed. Let's go upstairs and rest.
You're gonna rest here?
I'm
Yeah,
going to rest.
The beds.
I was going to the beds that were up here.
We can stagger upstairs.
Yeah, that's where I'm getting dragged. I can't move. I have no to say on where I.
Oh, I guess I'll pick up Kalendor.
Alright, you sling Kalendor over your shoulders and you slowly can move.
I got Wawax and I try to carry him out, try to find Sandra.
Okay, you've got Wowwox
Door.
over your back.
The-
One elongated arm over your shoulder and one elongated leg over your other shoulder, Talon.
It's not even half movement speed because he's tiny. It's great.
Alright, you guys head back into the barracks and people start collapsing on these beds. And what are you going to do, Wowwox, Talon?
Well,
You cut out then.
my character would want to find, Sandra to say Wawax.
Alright, so you're going to try and you're gonna take Wellbox with you and go back outside.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, tell him. You head outside, carrying Wowwoks over your shoulders. You step over the pile of cultists, over the beds, and back outside you go. When you head outside, you see Syndra dealing like the finishing blow to this Draco Lich. And there's just a big pile of at least 50 zombies around here. Syndra's looking a little
Amazing.
bit spent, but she's like flying in the air and flinging all these spells, like having like an aerial combat with the Draco Lich as you emerge. And then she sees you and then quickly floats to the ground when you... Let me put you onto that map. Floats to the ground when you emerge, and she lands next to you. What happened?
Well, we destroyed the orb. And you wouldn't believe it. An infant came out of the orb that literally killed almost all of us. We tried to hitting it, but it didn't take damage. And the Lich also came by.
A Lich?
And killed. He said his name was Asarak. And he killed our fellow Wawaks.
Asarak? How did you all escape? I don't understand. Asarak?
He said
sure?
he just want. Yeah, he just said he just wants the baby, whatever the infant was. That it was a freak of nature, and
This
yeah,
is insane, tell him. Listen, perhaps you're not remembering things properly. You look beat up, you had a tough fight. Where are the others?
well, they collapsed on the beds of the cultists that were down in the basement of this ruin.
I know you succeeded. As I was fighting the zombies, they suddenly collapsed, all of them. As far as the eye can see. You've done it. We need to get the others back to the barge, so we can get them to some clerics in Baldur's Gate. Don't worry about your friend Wawaks. I can call in a favor or two. I'll have Wawaks sprung back from the dead.
Thank you, and I just fall asleep unconscious.
Syndra uses telekinesis to levitate Wowaks in the air, and you as well, Talon, and heads down to the keep and goes and sees everyone else. Alright, so Syndra returns with Wowaks and Talum and just puts them down on the bed. So Petra, you wanted to leave the bed. You guys are resting, but like no one's unconscious unless you want to just close your eyes and it's not like bedtime or anything like that. You're just exhausted. You're aching.
I'm gonna go check out this thing again
Okay.
while people are resting.
Alright, so you head back into the room, Petra. And you can just see big piles of dust, and just returning to this room just haunts you. What do you do? So
Anything invincible?
your mic is reverberating again.
I don't know why. I'm gonna disconnect. Hold on.
It sounds like you're... Oh, I think it's gone now. Yeah, it's gone now.
That better. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's doing that.
It might be
But-
an input setting on Discord or something. Anyway.
But yeah, I'm gonna check to see around where the orb destroyed, because I need to do 2 other things. I needed to bring back, I guess, something from here.
Yeah. Alright, you look around, Petra, and there is absolutely no sign of the orb whatsoever. There is not a single trace of it left. Not a shard of glass. Not even a little trail of necrotic goo or anything. You've got nothing to show for what you've done here. Back to the guild, at least. And you feel like they're not going to be happy about this.
No, they will not. Okay. So afterwards, I will go back up.
Now, when you return, just as you're heading up the stairs, Sindra comes back about that same time. You're all okay for the most part. Let's get out of here. I don't think we have time for the funeral barge. Gather around me, if you can.
I got Turag and I bring him around, and I tell Sindra how we found Turag in one of the chests. He seems helpful.
You found... Let's just get rested up before we start telling any stories now, shall we? You're all delirious, I can tell that much.
Is Turek in chest?
Wherever you came from, little creature, do not worry. We're going to go to Baldur's Gate now. I'm going to cast a teleport spell. Are you ready?
Aye.
Yeah, let's get out of this hellhole.
And Sindra casts teleport. And just like that, everyone within 10 feet of her is instantly transported back to Baldur's Gate. And you're actually teleported to Sindra's estate in the upper city. At this stage, Sindra is going to look after you in her manor until you guys are fully recovered. There is many guest rooms in her manor for you guys to stay. You're going to be pretty much bedridden for several days. You're going to recover, and you're just probably going to be resting full time pretty much. So everyone can be fully rested now, and you guys are probably going to want to do some things when you get back. So we'll start off with who's the least exhausted. So you've returned to Baldur's Gate, and we'll start off with Petra. So it's been about 3 days since you've recovered now, Petra, and you're feeling like you're okay. Syndra's waiting for everyone to be fully recovered, and then she's sort of told you that she wants a report on the situation, but she's not trying to press you guys about what's happened, because obviously you're all like badly injured and whatnot, and you need to recover, and she wants to get like a clean version of events. So she's going to wait for you all to be recovered. So Alright, what do you want to do, Petra, when you're feeling okay? Still going to be a couple of days waiting for your other friends to recover here.
All right, so I'm going to report back to the guild first and explain pretty much recall the journey and what happened.
Alright, when you report back to the guild, they do not take that very well. Nine Fingers calls you a failure, and she tells you that you have no chance to become a guild boss. You failed the mission, and you're of no use to the guild anymore. And you're stripped of any titles you had within the guild and kicked out of the guild.
Okay, better than the alternative of her trying to kill me.
Yeah, you go down to Undercellar. It's like this expansive series of rooms, sewers, and cellars. And there's like a heap of bugbear guards and other ruthless assassins. Yeah, Nine Fingers sort of feels like the mission is compromised and tells you all that you're of no use to the guild anymore. And also Crabendor, still Crabendor on this map. Kalendor is also not admitted into the guild. You can break the news to him. You're exiled, shunned, just like that. Alright, Talum, you're the next one to recover. What do you want to do when you get out? So you've got a contact in you've got a contact here for the Order of the Gauntlet.
Yeah,
And
I was about to say.
yeah, your contact is, if I can find it. Your contact is actually a Cholton man who resides in Baldur's Gate. He's a Cholton male human, and sorry, I wrote his name down. Now I can't find it. Let me try and find it quickly. Yeah, it's Lorek Dashland. So he's an agent of the Order of the Gauntlet. Paladin of the Order of the Gauntlet, but he's from Cholt originally. Lorek Dashland, his name is.
Lorek Dashland?
Yeah. So you want to go report to him?
Yeah, I report to him about the ass crack, the jolt that they sent, that he, whatever the hell he wanted us, he said that he brings a curse upon these lands and he wants us to go to Jolt to whatever the hell to save us from the curse.
Right, he thinks that it's a pretty far-fetched story.
I also think it's a far-fetched story.
But he seems to disagree with you for the sake of argument. And he pretty much just gives you like a mission. He doesn't really, like, you don't sense any sort of fear or urgency or worry at all when you tell him this story. He just gives you another mission. And he says, well, if you're going to go off into some tangent to Cholt, then you can get a map of Cholt while you're there. Cholt is never been mapped before. So if you're going to go through the jungles, get a map of Cholt, and you need to find the location of two ancient ruins, Nengalore and Orlunga. And if you're able to get a map, he has some wealthy Waterdavian contacts. These Waterdavian nobles, they want this map. So he's pretty much doing a mission for them. It's like calling in a favor and whatnot. And if the offer is genuine and you have an authentic map, he's going to give you a sailing ship. They're offering a sailing ship for an accurate map of Cholt that shows the location of those two ruins.
Do you need to be proficient to be a cartographer? I would like to use the cartographer tools.
No, but you can get some, and yeah, you can make a map, or yeah, You wouldn't be
Yeah,
as
I'm
good at
gonna.
making a map, of course, but
Well, I'm gonna ask him for those tools if possible. I'm kind of broke.
alright, they'll give you a set of cartographer's tools.
All right, I'll take them and happily oblige with the mission.
Okay. And I could have sworn I wrote that mission down. I've lost it somehow. Alright, anyway, I'll give you a handout for that. And yeah, like as far as the actual like story with the Lich, the Atropole, and everything that happened, he's just like very blasé about it. So, a little bit
I mean,
concerned.
I also didn't believe it because yeah, I was exhausted out of my hell. And maybe it was, some kind of trickery from the infant, from the orb or whatever.
Yeah, he sends you off, and you don't expect to see him again for several months. Like, or if you ever even see him again, that's sort of how you feel when you part ways with him at the temple in the upper city.
All right, so I procured the sailing ship though.
Yeah, that'll be a reward if you get the map of those two locations. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And the next one to recover will be Orion. How are you feeling, Orion?
Well, pretty bad. My tribe decided to worship some evil thing, somehow connected to this lich. So I'm vengeful towards this lich, which I think I view as like a cause of my tribe's destruction. So I want to start preparing. Can I get that raincatcher fixed?
Yeah, you can get someone to fix that. They'll just need to pretty much sew it up nice and tight, and it'll cost you 5 silver pieces to get that fixed. It's quite expensive, really.
Great.
And I'll give you a handout for the raincatcher. There are a number of special items in this campaign. Raincatcher is one of them. So it's a simple contraption consisting of a 5-foot square leather tarp and a wooden frame with legs. When the tarp is stretched across the wooden frame, it forms a basin that can catch 2 gallons of drinking water per inch of rainfall, hold up to 8 gallons. It's easy transport, it just folds up, costs 1 gold piece and weighs 5 pounds. And don't worry about that merchant prince note there, that's something that'll be relevant soon.
Besides this, I'm feeling pretty crappy in a city. Can I try to find the wildest place inside Baldur's Gate? I don't know what that would be, but like a park or something, just like a little quieter, something more like home.
I thought you meant wild, like as in like you want to go out partying.
No.
That would be nowhere inside Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate is like a crammed, very crammed in city, but you can go into the outer city, and there is like a, you could sort of hang around the base of the mountain and whatnot. There are some wilds there. You could call them wilds. They're like, can be a little bit dangerous, but you can find somewhere suitable to stay without. Alright, so you go and just get a bit of headspace for yourself.
Yep.
Okay. And I finally got that quest. There's that quest. Will you tell them? Okay. All the while, you have not seen Wowwalks. Not heard or seen from Wowwalks. Just saying. Oh yeah, I even got a token for Larrick. There's Larrick. Anyway. There's Larrick. You saw him, and then you never see him again. Ta-da. Alright. Alright, Kalendor. So, you're next. You're finally... It's been like 5 days for you to recover. You're on the brink of death. you've got like clerics constantly like working on you, casting spells on you at Syndra's expense to try and get you recovered because she feels responsible for you guys. She didn't expect the mission to be so dangerous. So, what do you do, Kalendor, when you wake up? I'm guessing like Petra's probably gonna. I don't know if Petra wants to reveal like that she was watching you. Or
Yeah, I would probably tell him. Because I'm sure if he goes in there now, she'd probably kill him.
Well, I guess I would be upset because all they told me was to go in and pose as an adventurer, wanting to go destroy this thing. So, can't believe I got kicked out of the guild because they didn't tell me what I was meant to do after that. Then I guess I would go try to sell the Triceratops, the ivory horns on the black market, I guess.
all right, you head around.
See if I can find the buyer for it.
The lower city, and half the people think that it's worthless, and the other half won't buy it. They say it's a bad omen, and you're best off ditching it in the Baldur's Gate harbor than keeping it on you. No, not a single soul will pay you for it. You can make an investigation check, Kalendor, and see if you can get this identified, at least to what it is, why people don't want it. You are able to figure out what it is, and it's not something that you really want. It's a Yepta Society Iron Token. Does that explain exactly what it is?
I was trying to sell the ivory horns, not the token.
Sorry. I completely spaced it then. Well, anyway, you figure out what that is while you're at it. Yeah, you can sell the horns using your criminal contact. You don't need to make any ability check. You can sell that for 50 gold pieces. Add that gold to your inventory.
I go buy another health potion with it.
Okay, you just do a straight swap. And you hear some merchants in the lower city comment, this will make a fine drinking horn.
I go ask after my potential lover, I suppose. Okay. After that,
the only cost is your morality to sell that calendar. Knowing that some poor Triceratops was dehorned. Alright, so you go ask after Wowwalks, but for some reason they're not letting you see Wowwalks. But then Syndra, when you guys are all better now, Syndra calls you up into her manor to meet with you guys.
Can I have sold the books during that time as well?
Yep, you can sell the books for 25 silver pieces. So, you've just been hanging out in Syndra's manor in the upper city. Upper city is very nice, and you're actually, if you go to and fro the upper city, then you actually have to pay 4 copper pieces. So everyone who left Syndra's house needs to pay 4 copper pieces to re-enter the upper city, because that's the tax to get in and out, unless you're a patriarch yourself.
And what do I do if I don't have that money?
Then you don't get back in the upper city. You wait for one of your party members to give you the 4 copper, I guess. Or you try to sneak in and get arrested. I don't know. I'm presuming you would have been informed that you're going to need that copper piece before you leave. So
I'll pay for him to go in and out.
Okay.
Yeah, I spent all my money.
Fair enough. Alright, now, those of you who left the upper city, spent a little bit of time in the lower city, maybe outside, and there's been some talk been some talk of the streets and tavern. And all the talk has been about this so-called death curse. Apparently, it's a wasting disease afflicting everyone who's ever been raised from the dead. Victims are saying that they're suddenly growing thinner and weaker each day. They're slowly but steadily sliding towards the death that they were once denied. When they finally succumb, they say that, well, they're permanently dead. But anyway, some hearsay and rumors. Sindra calls you up to her house again, and this uniformed attendant leads you guys up a very grand staircase to the 3rd floor, ushers you to this wood-paneled room with a fireplace, some comfortable chairs, heavy table bearing goblets and bowls of wine. That's where you guys are now.
Please, friends, if I may call you that, sit.
Her voice is kind of dry and raspy as well. And there's like you've got like this dreaded feeling in your gut, like something, like she's about to break some bad news to you guys. You just feel it. You know something's wrong. The Warlock is not here. All of this room's darkly paneled walls are hung with maps and sea charts. There are racks and shelves and cabinets holding hundreds of rolled up maps and charts. Sindra sits in an overstuffed seat away from you guys. And she still has her mask on. And she's actually like sitting in the room when you guys enter. And she has this like heavy blanket draped over her. Like she's sick. She wears an embroidered hood and then that silver mask. Her voice is very dry and raspy.
Help yourselves to wine and seat yourselves. The resurrection attempt to raise Warlocks from the dead has failed. I apologize. Temples and scholars of divine magic are at a loss currently. There appears to be a curse that has affected the entire region and possibly the entire world. Anyone who has ever been raised from the dead has been afflicted by this curse. And those who have succumbed to deaths, they are unable to be raised. I'm sorry.
Is this what's happening to you right now? You seem unwell.
I was an adventurer years ago. I died once and was raised from the dead. I have since closed that door on that stage of my life. You are correct. The death curse. I'm sure you've heard of it. Tavern talk. Street cries. It has struck me. I don't know how much longer I'll last before I perish. The clerics are saying about 3 months.
If I may, I think... Well, I mean, I'm not certain about it, but... Asarag did mention a curse right before he left, and he said that the whole land will be cursed. I mean, I'm not sure that I saw him, but it did feel real. And it's quite, it's quite coincidence that suddenly all this land got struck by an actual curse. And he told us that we must go to Chult to lift the curse.
I must admit, when you first told me this, I thought you were delirious. Your minds were muddled from coming into contact with the necromantic artifact. But the next day when I awoke, I felt a weakness, something pulling at my soul. This gave your story merit. So, I had my contacts in the Harpers look into this theory of yours. They have learned that the cause of the death curse is indeed a necromantic artifact known as the Soulmonger. According to their sources, it would make sense that the artifact is somewhere in Chult. You are correct. Do you know of Chult? The little goblin. You are Batiri, yes?
Turg Batiri, yes.
For those of you that are unfamiliar with Chult, it is a peninsula, ringed with mountains, choked with rainforests. It is home to enormous reptiles.
She looks at you through the silver mask, Torrig.
Savage goblins.
Hey.
And there is an army of undead prowling in its jungle and ruins. Mapping the place has always been nigh impossible. Nothing is known about the current geography of the region beyond a few miles from the coast. Working from dozens of sea charts and logbooks and explorers' journals, I've assembled everything known about the current state of Chult into one map. I'll provide it to you if you want to take my mission. Here is your pay for the previous mission.
And she places I think she gave you guys a payment up front, right?
Yeah.
100 gold. Right, she gives you guys another 50 each. Add that to your inventory. Another
In
5
platinum or gold?
Platinum.
I know it's not a great amount, but it's more than what I had initially agreed on. And you'll need it. I want you to head into the jungles of Chult and find the Soulmonger. Destroy it.
Gladly.
You're not the only adventurer I have tasked with this quest, but you're ones who have shown promise.
Turg, go home?
Yes, Turek, go home. Turek, go home. Go home, Turek.
Aww.
I know you're weak, but can you come with us? Even your knowledge would be invaluable.
Yes. I will come with you. to Port
Great.
Nyanzaru. But I'm no adventurer anymore. I cannot join you on your adventure into the jungles of Cholt. I have employed other companies as well. You'll not be the only ones looking for the soulmonger. There are many wealthy merchants, nobles, philanthropists that are urging everyone to put a stop to this curse. For that I am offering a great reward, a rare magic item of your choosing. If you can destroy the soulmonger.
Fantastic.
There are the more experienced parties of adventurers that have been sent into Cholt already. Although this is not a competition, it should be motivation for you all. I have already heard some have disappeared, and it's only been a few days. I fear the worst for them. So, are you ready then?
I believe some of us might want to do a little bit of shopping, but we should be ready afterwards.
Shopping?
We need to be prepared.
Nanzaru has stuff.
We will be heading to Port Nyanzaru. You'll find everything you need there.
Okay.
More than what Baldur's Gate has to offer. I have prepared the teleport spell. When we arrive at Port Nyanzaru, we will be meeting with an old friend of mine, one of the merchant princes named Wakanga. He'll give you the lay of the land, and then I will provide you with the map, and we will go from there. I shall be staying with Wakanga for my remaining time. This teleport spell will give you an edge on others who are sailing the long, arduous journey by sea.
Let's do it.
Yep.
Turek, go home.
Let's go.
Alright, for completing Syndra's quest, you guys get 55 experience points each. What does that put you guys on now?
418.
Okay. Alright, just like that, Syndra stands around, and you guys also note that she said she had 3 months. That's what the clerics are saying. So that's 90 days. I'm going to mark that on the calendar handout. Every day you spend, that calendar's ticking down by 1. 90 days.
All right.
Syndra tells you all to gather around, and she casts a teleport spell. Within an instant, you're all teleported away. And with that, you can all level up to level 2. We're going to wrap it up here for today.
Oh boy. That was a roller coaster.
Seb, are we using the UA that when you level, you can switch out one cantrip?
I need to look at what I said. I'm not sure if I said we're using UA or not, but probably not, because never a big fan of playtest material, to tell you the truth.
No problem. Just checking.
I'll check though what I said. I think I said UA will be like accepted on a case by case basis. Yeah, I'm not I feel like those options are still very much playtest material. Like maybe they're going to put them in some new books, but for now, yeah, I prefer to just stick with the published material, especially for this campaign because it's supposed to be more challenging. All right, guys. Level up for level 2, and pour out a drink for your homie Wowox. We'll start off next session with you guys teleporting straight into Port Nyanzaru. I'll see you guys then.
Later, Seb.
Hey Seb, I don't know what happened. Like the compendium is not available.